on.
Can you hear me this time?
John,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yeah. You couldn't hear me before?
Okay, I could hear
Okay.
you before. You just couldn't hear me.
No, I heard you. You just
Oh.
weren't replying.
Oh, I was. It was lagging, I guess.
Okay. Well, okay, my power got knocked out. Hey, everybody. The stream should be up and running again, too. Hey, everybody. Sorry about that.
Hey!
Sorry about that. My power got knocked out for a second. Probably by the guys working on shit downstairs. I don't know. I'm so goddamn sick of that. And, but yeah, we're back.
We're back.
If anybody is still here.
Oh, yeah. We were just having a little chat in chat, so.
Chat and chat.
All right, so, yeah, chat and chat. So there you go. Let's, we'll pick this back up there. Sorry about that, folks. You know, technical difficulties are beyond the control of the Escapists, and we blame all of those things on the power company. So, we're going to turn back to what we're talking about, which was Nintendo's grossly optimistic 10 million Switch units shipped in this fiscal year. There's an interesting thing that happens with Nintendo consoles. There is definitely, without question, a hardcore group of Nintendo people that are gonna buy whatever Nintendo puts out. Grossly optimistic.
Oh, god damn it!
Right, shipped. Those people all probably have a Switch by now, or pretty close. I'm sure there will be some that will still be picking them up over the next couple months as they become available again.
Right.
But the question is, what happens when all those people have their Switch? Is the Switch...
I think right before we cut out, we were going to start talking about the things we still don't know about it.
Yeah. Well, so the things we still don't know about the Nintendo Switch. We don't know what its multiplayer is going to look like.
Right.
We don't know what third-party games are going to be on it, other than a few, other than like FIFA.
There will be some form of Skyrim.
There will be some form of Skyrim. There will be a bunch of Ubisoft garbage. You know, you can just dance on your. You can just dance all you want with your Switch. But there are still a lot of things that we just don't know.
Yeah,
and it's really hard. At least
I mean, we still don't have a price point for the online, do we?
No,
we still don't have like a firm price on that. And that's supposed to be rolling out soon, at least the quote unquote limited beta version of it.
Well,
but, we don't know how that's going to work when you're chatting. This is something that you had brought up, and I've been thinking about it ever since.
I know what you're going to say.
You have to run the voice chat through your phone, so you're going to need earbuds for your phone. You have to run the game itself and the game volume through the Switch, so you'll need earbuds for that. You're going to be walking around with like 3 pairs of earbuds to try to manage your different things. Because all to avoid a bulky gamer headset.
I just want to see the adapter that Nintendo's going to sell me for $35 that allows you to have 2 feeds coming into one set of earbuds.
Right. But it's that there's definitely a lot that the console still does not have. I am firmly convinced. Previously, I was worried that they were going to rush Legend of Zelda to coincide with the Switch's launch. I think it's in reverse. I think they rushed the Switch in order to meet the Legend of Zelda's release. They didn't want to delay it. The game was ready, and they said, "All right, well, it's fine. We don't need our online features or our virtual console or like literally any apps whatsoever."
Yeah, we just need a bunch of stuff.
Perfect. Throw 1-2 Switch in there. I'm almost convinced that originally that was going to be a pack-in, but they decided to make it a game so that they could say that they had multiple games.
Yeah, well, and I mean, look at it.
We've said it. 1-2. Go ahead. The Switch has steadily gone from being something I just wasn't interested in to something I feel like active antipathy for. And 1-2 Switch was kind of the last straw. It's just like that they would release it. That they not only released that, but are actually charging $60 for it. It's just
50.
And any human money at all.
Anything other than space fun bucks.
Yeah, it's just kind of disgusting. I can't remember I remember like watching Yahtzee stream it, and I'm like,
People are paying money for this?
Or it was just, I don't know.
It's hard.
I can't remember the last time I felt this negatively towards like a game company, honestly. And it's weird because I used to love Nintendo. So,
well, I can remember it was when the Xbox One presser happened.
Yeah.
I remember it really well. You know, the weird thing is that I think Nintendo was really smart. I think they've looked around, they've seen sort of the response from Switch. And that's why we're seeing this new 2DS thing. Obviously, it's been in development for a while, but it's not coming out for 2 months.
Right.
Or 3 months. And they've already rolled it out and showed it off and everything else. And that's something I would have expected to normally see in, at E3 or something.
What do you think they're going to do at E3? I think we're going to see a lot of Mario.
They're not having a press conference at E3.
Yeah, but they're still gonna they don't do a press conference, but
I assume they're gonna do another direct.
Yeah, that's usually how they do stuff. So
we're gonna have there will be a lot of Mario. There will be there's gonna be they've got to have some sort of third-party stuff. They have to.
They have to. Do you think we're gonna hear anything about a Pokemon?
If I'm going to tell you right now, if Nintendo has anything, like if Miyamoto is on the plane coming to E3 and he gets an idea for a game, they're going to show it off at E3.
Oh God.
At this point they've got to be thinking we're going to throw shit at a wall and see what sticks. Right. And I just don't know what it's going to be. I mean, the reason the Wii U failed, and as much fun as I have seen people have with the Wii U, it was a failure.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, I have one. I enjoy it for the most part, but it was absolutely a failure.
Yeah, I have one too. Then that's, there's nothing here right now outside of Mario and Zelda.
Right.
That's all there is. I mean, Splatoon 2, great. That is not a system-selling title.
No, absolutely not.
Zelda.
Arms looks really cute, but that's not a system-selling title.
But ARMS is that game that you pick up and you throw it in your console when your brother's over at your house and you have fun punching each other in the game and you cut up and laugh about it. Then when he leaves, you take it out, you put it back on the shelf, and then 10 years from now you find it and go, what was that game about again? Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, and this is me, I'm going to be positive about something real quick.
Go for it.
Yourself. Watching Yahtzee play Snipper Clips almost made me want to buy a Switch.
Snipper Clips is by far the most appealing thing I've seen on the Switch.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I have Zelda for my Wii U and I'm perfectly fine. I have no desire to get a Switch, but I saw him play that and it's like, I wish I could play that game. That is absolutely freaking adorable, but it looks fun. It looks like there's enough going on that it, would be tricky enough to try to figure out. And I could absolutely see myself getting drunk and playing that.
Right. Well, I mean...
So that one right there, I will put that out. That's my positive. While I wouldn't necessarily call it a system seller, it almost sold me a system. Almost.
Right. Well, DMU Girl 2008 says Xenoblade 2 and Fire Emblem Warriors. Both of those are really niche titles.
Yes.
And that's kind of the problem Nintendo faced. It's the same problem that the Vita faced. Is the Vita has a ton of games, tons and tons of them are JRPGs, and if you're a JRPG fan, you have to own a Vita. But the problem is there aren't a whole lot of North American JRPG fans. And
that's not to say that they don't exist, but it's not as huge.
But you're not going to make, what is the Venn diagram for longtime Nintendo fans willing to purchase a Switch on launch day, and Xenoblade 2 and Fire Emblem Warrior fans? That's just one circle, right? Most of those are all the same people. So I don't know. I mean, I think those will probably be good games, and I think that those will probably be successful games that will sell well to people who own a Switch. I don't think there are that many people who wouldn't already have bought a Switch that are going to run out and go, ooh, Fire Emblem, new Fire Emblem, got to buy a Switch for that.
Yeah, agreed.
Right. Not necessarily a system seller. It's frosting.
Yeah, it's gravy.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a little crazy talk, but there you go. That's just what it is. I mean, there's a new Fire Emblem coming out for 3DS too, or 2DS XL, as the case may be. So, you know, we don't even know when Fire Emblem Warriors is coming out. I mean, that thing might not be out till 2018 sometime. So,
there's a lot we don't know.
There's added to the list of things that we don't know yet is that right there. So right. I hate it. I mean, and the shame of it is that one of the great things about Nintendo is Nintendo was always sort of they were the company that was I don't think Nintendo was ever really in direct competition with Sony and Microsoft.
No.
Because let's face it, if you owned a PS4, you probably owned a Wii. Or a PS3, you probably owned a Wii. If you owned an Xbox 360, you probably owned a Wii. Right?
I didn't. I ended up getting the Wii U so I could play the 3 Wii games that I actually cared about.
Right. That's fair. Well, look at it this way. It was you and 13 million other people. Did you see, by the way, that in the last 3 months of the fiscal year, Nintendo sold 0 through Wii U's? 0.
It's not really a surprise.
It's not a shock, but just so 13.5 million is basically how many Wii U's were sold in its lifetime. Right.
Yeah,
I think the Switch will do better than that.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know by how much.
I would not be surprised if this time 2 years from now the Switch has sold 15 million units and Zelda has an attach rate of like 97%.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's going to be a game that's going to be continued to be bought by most people that get a Switch. Even though K Samurai 1 says I wasn't that impressed with Zelda. I wasn't that impressed with Zelda, but most people were.
You know what? I was very impressed with Zelda. I love Zelda, but I think most of the review scores that we saw were a little bit too generous.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people were so excited about getting to see a Zelda game again.
That's what it was. If you took the entirety of that game and removed references to Zelda, you swapped out the characters, okay? And it was just a game with no reference to Zelda whatsoever, it would not be a 10 out of 10 game. It would be not be a 9 out of 10 game.
7.5, 8.
7.5, 8. Absolutely. And this is coming from somebody who has, Link permanently inked onto her body.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think anybody.
It is not as if I am going to hate on The Legend of Zelda for any reason whatsoever. However,
I'm not saying that Liz has a Link body pillow, but I'm not saying she doesn't.
You don't know.
That's right. I don't know.
You wouldn't put money on that.
I definitely would not put money on it either way.
But absolutely, I do think that the scores were a little bit overly generous. Now, that doesn't change the fact that it was a very impressive game. And a lot of that was because it was a Zelda, and we have waited so fucking long for this game. And honestly, I was getting to the point where I was kind of half convinced that once it released, it was going to be total garbage because of how long I waited.
Right, I remember that. You were.
Don't get me wrong. I could have done without the towers. But overall, I thought it was an enjoyable experience.
Yeah, I think I think Nintendo's gonna do well with its handheld stuff. I'm really excited to see that they're keeping the 3DS/2DS line alive.
Yeah,
because I didn't think they would. I thought they would move to the Switch as their main handheld. So I'm gonna be interested to see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised about that.
So, we'll see. They will have I'm sure they will have the Nintendo Direct for E3, even though they don't have a press conference. And I'm sure we will see a lot of games that are going to come out, in the next 12 months for the Switch. Will they be You know, the games that that'll save it, that'll sell it. We'll see. I mean, I promise you, we'll tell you.
Yeah.
Lothian wants to know how much your husband looks like Link.
What?
Lothian wants to know how much your husband looks like Link.
0.
Oh, I was gonna say he was wearing a green hat. That's about it. So, Nintendo, we love you, and then we don't.
Never a dull moment, though. It always keeps things interesting.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, Nintendo is always doing crazy stuff.
Yeah, I'm never bored talking about Nintendo.
Yeah, I'll give them that. I mean...
Oh, thank you, Wilson.
So, anyway, just... you know what else happened this week we probably ought to at least mention? Is Bethesda released the Prey demo.
Oh, yeah.
If you have a PS4 or an Xbox One, you can jump on the store, download the Prey demo, and you can play the first hour or so of the game.
What was the original Prey?
When?
Yeah.
Or what?
When?
The original Prey was, God, a while back. Trying to remember. It's been a long time, dude. It was... I don't remember.
No, I never played it.
Like 03? 02?
I never played it. What was... was it really good? I never... Because there's always been so much hype about the idea of a new Prey, and I never knew why.
Well, the original Prey actually looked pretty good. It was actually pretty good. Came out in 06. There you go. Hairless Organ said 06.
Oh, was it 06? Okay.
Yeah. And then Human Head was working on a sequel, and they could never get it done. You know, it took forever to get the first Prey done. I think it took them 10 years to get the first one done. And it was really good. It was really good. It was fun, and it was entertaining, and it had a great plot, and it was just fun. And so everybody was looking forward to the second one, and it languished forever. And, you know, now there's a new one that Arcane is making, which I'm definitely interested in playing. And Hairless Organ says the demo is not that bad. So, you know, you can play it for free. It's only on PS4 and Xbox One. No PC demo. Damn it. But it's definitely worth checking out. If you don't know what you think about it, if you wonder what you're going to think about it, you can play the first hour for free and it gives you at least some insight into what it's like. Good on Bethesda for releasing a demo too, by the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, it came out yesterday. If you're gonna play it on PC, there's they did release the PC system requirements yesterday. They're not that onerous at all. And if you got a decent PC from the last 2 or 3 years, you can definitely run it without problems. So make sure you check that out. And then one last PSA before we call it a day, and that is if you are an Ark Survival Evolved player, and you've built your base on the island up on top of the volcano, as many people do, you need to move that fucking thing, because the next patch, which rolls out on the 3rd of May, which I believe is next Wednesday, is going to bring the volcano. It's not going to be dormant anymore, and it's going to fill the volcano's crater with lava. So
cool.
If you jump in your servers, you should see a green line all around the volcano that shows where the lava is going to be. They're making sure to let everybody know so that you don't have to, don't have to wonder. But anything that's in there after May the 3rd is probably going to be, consumed. So, John, you're playing Grim Dawn now.
Yeah, just so there's something to watch in the background.
That's another one. We really like Grim Dawn, don't we, Liz?
Yep.
Yeah, we do.
So, what's the streaming schedule look like for this weekend, John?
I don't have a lot like specific nailed down yet. Viventar will be doing his tabletop role-playing game on Sunday as usual.
Okay.
I will be on after this stream after this podcast. I'll be back shortly with something or other. And actually, let me know, folks, in the chat, what would you be interested in seeing? If you have any suggestions, I'm open to them. The Heroes of the Storm stream with me and Liz, that is going to happen, but it's going to be pushed back. It won't be today.
Right.
But that will happen. That will happen at some point, hopefully in the near future. And beyond that, I don't have anything really specific nailed down yet. Oh, and Monday will be the return of Liz's retro stream.
Oh, yeah.
At 9 Eastern. That's going to be a regular feature.
Liz, do we know what game that's going to be?
I'm going to be doing Noah's Ark again because we had connection issues last time. It was really, really jittery. So we're going to do that again.
And Liz wants to do the game full justice, I guess.
Yeah, no, I want to make sure that it is
the true Noah Super 3D Noah's Ark experience as it was meant to be played by Wisdom Tree.
Nikinian says he needs to do the Heroes of the Storm event for the Diva skin. That doesn't start till next week.
Right.
Well, I think you can start getting towards the first tier of the stuff now.
No, it's weekly rewards. You just play 5 games one week and you get rewards. You play 5 games in the next week, you get rewards. And then...
No, I realize that, but I think you have to like get the first tier. I mean, like you don't have to do it that week, but I think you have to get the first two. You have to get the first 2 tiers before you get the third or fourth. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's not the way they explained it. The bastards.
I mean, like it's like you don't have to do it the week it comes out, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you do.
That's my understanding, I think.
You bastards. So we're gonna see John coming back shortly after we finish up here, which is gonna be in just a few minutes. So if you got any ideas for what John could play, with Venom suggests how about some Smite?
That's a possibility.
Yeah,
that's I could do Smite. I think what else? Smite, Path of Exile, Yakuza, I guess might be a possibility. Hell, Heroes of the Storm, for that matter, if people want to see that. That's possible. I'd like to maybe do Nier Automata, but the game is I keep running into problems with the game. I don't feel the game is like reliable enough to stream, unfortunately. I'm probably not going to be streaming any more Automata.
Yeah, it might not be a bad idea. Lothian points out, get on your PS4 and stream the Prey demo.
Well, I'd have to download it first, and
yeah, I mean, don't do it today, but do it tomorrow or something.
Yeah, I tried to play Nier Automata yesterday, and it wouldn't cooperate, and I finally managed to wrestle it into submission and actually play, but at that point I was so pissed off I just switched games anyway, because I said, fuck it.
Well, John will be back shortly with some wonderful stream of something.
Yeah.
We'll see what it'll be. It'll be a surprise. Ittle be great.
Yeah, I hope you'll stick around, everybody.
Thank you for joining us, tuning in, listening, even sitting with us through our brief
sorry about
outage there today. And, we'll see you next week. We'll be doing this again. As for now, thanks to both of you for joining me. Of course, you know who our buddy John Markley is, head stream guy for The Escapist, at John Drew Markley on Twitter. And, of course, our senior editor, Liz Finnegan, is at The Gingerarchy on Twitter. And I am the managing editor, Ron Whitaker, and you can find me at FFRonW. Thanks again for listening, watching, hanging out, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, I'll be back quite shortly. I'm gonna throw a host over to somebody until I get back, but I'll be back very shortly. And while I'm gone, feel free to, like I said, feel free to say in chat suggestions for games or whatever. And yeah, I will see you soon, everyone. Thanks.
We see you soon.
Yes. Here. Oh! Excessive Profanity is currently streaming the Dawn of War 3 campaign.
Oh. I thought you were talking about my vocabulary.
Yeah. He helped us out with the charity stream. Great guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can get him back actually. Actually, he's in Australia, and he's in Australia. One of the prizes is the PAX Australia tickets. So.
All right. Well, let me run. Let me go pay attention to this child.
Okay. Yeah.
I will talk to you shortly.